Our trade deficit barely changed in 2025 compared to 2024 in light of the massive tariffs and policy changes. This is your pre-State of the Union cheat sheet about international trade and tariffs. It is based solely on government data. The only thing that really happened with trade last year was the massive expense imposed upon U.S. consumers and businesses. Here's the numbers. 2024, we had a trade deficit of about $903 billion. In 2025, after a year of all that hateful rhetoric and threat, it went down to $901 billion. The trade deficit decreased by a mere $2 billion year over year. That is like 0.2%, smaller than one of those short hairs on your body. Statistically speaking, that means the deficit is flat, not meaningful year over year. In 2024, the average tariff rate was 2.2%. In 2025, that shot up to about 17.5%. That is the highest freaking increase in modern economic history. And that resulted in about $164 billion in additional taxes that we paid if he just left things alone or negotiated in a mature professional manner. I have one of my favorite sayings in business and throughout my career was things have to be effective and efficient. Effective is doing the right things. Efficient means reaching your goal. Now let's talk about the economic impact, your wallet, your cost of living. Estimates range from like $1,200 per household to up to $1,700 per household you paid last year because of these tariffs. Who wants to give $1,500 for unnecessary, ill-conceived trade adjustments? These policies led to higher prices at the register for consumers and higher costs that the manufacturers have to pay to acquire the inputs they need to make their domestic items. Some companies are absorbing the tariff costs, reducing their profits, and that trickles down the stock price, 401ks. And what you don't see is this state of flux that we've been in with trade with our neighbors creates so much planning uncertainty for businesses. They don't know what their markets are going to look like next year. They don't know what their input cost is going to be. So they pull back on expanding. They get really hesitant in new hires. So during the speech on Tuesday night and any commentary that comes after that, remember, yes, tariff collections increased, but that was a tax on you and decreased profits to businesses. The trade deficit barely moved. It went down 0.2%. Tariff rates surged. Costs went up. The trade balance, the deficit, essentially stayed the same. I'm just trying to help you guys out, all of us, in understanding what's going on, all right? To ignore the jargon. Please like, follow, subscribe my videos. I promise. I'm going to keep them bullshit free. All my presentations are based on the facts and the numbers, whether it's Republican, Democrat, rich, poor, I don't care. Follow me. Econ without the ego.